As a child, Trevor Immelman announced to his parents that he was going to become the greatest golfer in the world. He may not have quite fulfilled that promise, but he has achieved more than his fair share in the game. He recently welcomed the Golfing World cameras to his home in Orlando to reflect on his career to date.
I've got an older brother who decided to take up the sport when he got to high school. And I was 5, and I would just copy him pretty much and follow in his footsteps. And when he went to the golf course, I went with and just kind of tagged along with him and his friends. And I just loved it straight away. And I knew that that was the only thing I ever wanted to do. My mother would pick me up at school and take me straight to the golf course, and I'd get changed there and just practice all afternoon. And then my dad would pick me up on his way home from work. So that was pretty much my childhood in a nutshell. And then on the weekends, I would play in little club competitions, or the Saturday competition at the club. It was just hanging around there all the time. Lots of kids playing tennis and golf and squash and all sorts of sports. And so we really had an awesome time being out in the sunshine in Cape Town, honing our skills in these different sports. It was great.
After progressing through the junior ranks, Immelman turned pro in 1999. It wasn't long before he was living his dream, competing against some of the world's best players on the European Tour.
I was really excited about it. It's the only thing I ever wanted to do, was be a pro golfer. And I spent really my whole childhood fighting for that dream and trying to live that dream. And so to have that opportunity and go over to the European Tour and play on the Challenge Tour was awesome. I mean, it's everything I ever wanted. I managed to get my card through the Challenge Tour and then go onto the main tour in 2001. And it was awesome. I mean, traveling, as a 20-year-old kid, traveling around Europe and the Middle East and Australia and South Africa and all over Asia, I mean, it really was such an educational experience. Just being able to start to learn and understand the professional game, watching the top players in that time, was something I'm, very thankful for.
The highlight of Immelman's career came at the 2008 US Masters. Despite ending the previous year inside the world's top 20, his preparations for Augusta were far from ideal.
The start of 2008 was, pretty slow, but at the end of 2007, had to have surgery. Started getting some bad pain in my rib cage. Went to the doctor. We got MRIs and X-rays and stuff like that, and they actually found a tumor on my diaphragm. And so had to go in and have surgery, and pretty long process coming back. Actually had to suspend my travel back to the States and stay down in South Africa to rehab. And so started the start of the 2008 season later than what I would have liked, and also not in the shape that I would have liked. So it was a pretty slow start, but leading up to the Masters, I started to feel like I was finding a little bit of form.
Immelman finished round 1 tied for the lead. By the 18th tee on Sunday, he was 3 shots clear of the field. Not that he was aware of the situation, having stuck with his method of ignoring scoreboards during his round.
Once I'd found out that I was 3 ahead, I remember saying to my caddy, trying to calculate what 3 ahead means. And I remember saying to him, does that mean I can 3-putt and win? My ball was only 12 to 15 feet from the hole. And he looked at me and he said, no, you can 4-putt and win. And at that moment, I was like, okay, there's no way I'm gonna screw this up from here. That was the first time I really kind of started trying to take everything in. All the crowds, I saw my family behind the green, I saw Faldo and Jim Nance in the booth, and I just really took a huge snapshot of everything that was taking place. Kind of guided the first putt up there to about 6 or 8 inches, and then tapped it in. And it was just a very surreal moment. I mean, to this day, there's elements of it that are surreal to talk about.
Injuries and loss of form have blighted Immelman's game since his Augusta triumph. Despite his struggles, though, he still loves golf as much as he always has.
You have to have that deep-seated love, because adversity is going to come at some point. And if you don't have that love, it's going to be a real tough road. And I think that's the thing that has really kind of kept me going through, good times and bad, is just just that absolute devotion and love for the game. I don't have a tournament for 6 weeks, you know, and I'm testing stuff and tweaking some little things and think I found something that's going to change my whole game. But it's a beautiful game of a lifetime. I love playing it as a kid. I love playing it to this day. I love playing it with my children. I count myself fortunate to have golf in my life.